is to sharply identify the user segments. Who are the users? What are the tasks? Was the first bullet on my first slide. Here's a few ways to break out the user community. What about first-time versus intermittent users? What about intermittent versus frequent users? Can we have shortcuts that allow the frequent users to jump ahead and get their job done? Do we expect frequent users to work 10 times as fast as first-time users? 100 times as fast? Have we set our goals? Do we have any idea? And how would I redesign an interface to support expert users and novices at the same time? That's a real challenge. What about their range of knowledge of the subject matter? Can I use technical terms? Well, if we do, as we're going to look at different sites, I may expect for some class of users to be a highly technical community. Now, let's just begin our browsing of some websites by taking a look at this one, NASA Goddard Space Flight Center. We've been working with NASA. Here's a nice starter homepage, some good graphics, and gives us a feeling of where we're starting. And then we get a set of public services and information. And if we go and look at NASA, if we get some more of that information, we now quickly get into some parts which are clearly intended a welcome, good place to begin your journey. And that is intended for novice users. But as you get deeper in, there's a lot of technical information which may be overwhelming as we get to see lots and lots of possibilities. Now, this looks busy, but I like the idea of a high fan-out. Broad websites are in general a good idea. Lots of pointers from a single page, as I'll show, have been demonstrated to be positive and effective in presenting and organizing the screen. All right, so I was dealing with the issue of the range of knowledge of the subject matter. The NASA community includes 3,000 scientists who might be looking at that data, but potentially 3 million teachers, students, journalists. How do you accommodate the variety of users and the background that they have? Also, the range of knowledge of computers has always been an issue. Do people understand the technical details about Boolean search? Okay? Do they know what files, directories, and passwords really mean? Do they remember to single-click, double-click? Do they know what to do? Now, I must say, this is a declining concern. The designs have become more standard, and I think as people come to use familiar tools in a repeated manner, there'll be less computer knowledge that's necessary, and that will become a declining concern, is my expectation. The other issue is the varying needs and expectations. The scientist who comes to a NASA site looking for a particular image from a Landsat data set knows exactly what they want. The high school kid who's browsing to find out something about hurricanes has a very different experience. Can we really design for both of those? Can the same environment work, or do we have to split out and make separate pathways? I think it helps to start by making them separate, designing for each of those user segments, try to build the best for each of them. If you can then blend them, okay, but you may wind up going separate ways for separate users. And then some of those categories of users are here. There may be technical and scientific professionals, scholars of various sorts, journalists, knowledgeable people, but they're coming into a new topic. How do you set them up? And a variety of students, teachers, entertainment seekers, net surfers, museum visitors, foreign visitors, disabled users. How do we really honestly consider that broad community of users? Okay, so one more prefatory slide here, identifying the tasks.